Hey guys, what's up? It's Sonia and Sonia back again for another episode of Twins Talk Tubi, where we review a horror movie that is played on Tubi. And we've been doing themes every month, and it's a new month, April Fools.
Yeah.
So we decided that we would make this month's theme all about games. All right, so the first movie that we are going to review is called 47 Hours to Live. Came out in 2020. And the premise goes as follows. Two teenage girls are bored one night and turn to the internet for scary stories. They find a game on a creepy website that claims you can use your phone to summon the supernatural. And if you lose the game, you lose your life.
Yeah.
All right. So, as always, we're going to start this off by giving our first time reaction to this movie. So, on the count of three, here we go. One, two, three. All right.
Okay.
So I thought that I was actually pleasantly surprised at this movie. I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't really expecting much, but I liked the story and how how they summon this evil thing, which they don't really show.
No, they don't really show kind of the physical form of the
Right.
creature or the entity, but they kind of but it they show it, I guess, transforming things and making
Yeah.
you think you're
Yeah, it
seeing
makes it
something
makes
that
the
you're
phone
not.
go look
Yeah.
wacky with all
Yeah.
staticky and
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, you there's a chant that you say. You have to put the camera on your phone, and you have to say,
Mm.
and you have to put the camera timer, 10 seconds on
Yeah.
the phone, and into the phone there's this chant that you say, and you have to say it, and then you pass it to the next person, and they have to say it into camera. And the last one who has the phone while they're saying the chant and they gets the picture taken, from that point supposedly they have 47 hours to live.
Yeah, they're it basically. So,
Yeah, yeah, there is like tag you're it. And if 47 hours go by and you are still it, supposedly you die. But you can transfer it by playing the game again with someone else, and then but that person would have to be the one that has the picture
yeah.
taken after the 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So
You basically have to keep playing the game. Like if the only way to really survive this thing once you started the action, right?
right.
That you have
It's
to keep
captured.
playing. So if
And
me and Sandra are playing and it snapped on me, then you would have to before the 47 hours is up, we would have to play again and it would have to snap on you and vice versa, back and forth, back and forth. That's
right,
the only way to stop it if you already started playing. Which I
right.
think is a good premise too. I thought it was very clever and unique. And
And I thought the acting was pretty good too.
yeah, I think that's why
At least by the main girls.
I
The
think that's
two
why I gave it the half thumb. I thought that the acting wasn't that great. I thought the main two girls, yeah, not bad. But generally everyone else was like not the best. So I think that's why I gave it that. But I was more interested as the movie kept going on. In the beginning, I didn't know what it was gonna be, and
right.
it seemed a little silly. But it
Yeah,
was
it
kind of
did.
cool. But it was kind of cool though, as it kept going and things were happening, and then they had to, and the fact they had to keep switching back and forth all the time was because at first it was like, oh, it's just a joke. Because nothing's gonna happen. It's not
Right.
a thing. But then they found out like something else
But
happened.
one of the girls I think she was reading some stories or something about people that played the game, and
Yes,
then they had
they
died and
found out that
they had
everyone that's
accidents.
played the game before them, for the most part, died.
Right.
So they're like, "Oh, this is real." So they have to. And then she kind of got scared, and she was like, "Well, let's just play again and whatever." So kind of gets off me, and she was seeing things too. That she saw weird
Right.
things on her phone,
As it
things
got
were
closer
being
to the
altered
47 hours, yeah.
and things, so that she started to get freaked out, and she was told her friend, "Let's just play. Let us snap on you, and then we have time to kind of figure things out and
Yeah.
all that." Um, I also thought it was clever, like once they started to get towards the end and they're trying to figure out like, okay, like we can't do this forever. So let's try and the suggestion was to try and find somebody on death row to play with them, which I don't
Right.
know how they were gonna do that.
Right. Yeah, I didn't get that.
But find somebody on
It's a
death row.
good thought, but
Yeah. The only thing I was thinking about is that if they start, do you hear the cat scratching by the way? Because he's like,
no.
anyway, he's scratching to try and get out the door and he's meowing. I don't know. Anyway, um, the
I
only
can't
way
hear him.
I thought that they would be able to get by that, like, and be like an honest depiction kind of thing, would be that they had to continue to play back and forth for a while, so one of them doesn't die, right? And start like a pen pal thing with some death row person. You start
Right.
writing them or whatever and sending pictures or whatever, and then you go back and forth. And then eventually you go and then maybe start talking about the game, start doing whatever. And then,
Because that takes a while.
no, I know. And that's why you have to find someone maybe that has a year to go or something. But that's what I'm saying. They have to keep playing back and forth for a while. Because they can't
Yeah.
just go up to, oh, I want to visit this person and then, hey, you want to play this game with me? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So, and if they play and they were to do that, I was thinking about all this stuff when I was watching the movie. If they were to do that, just go up to the jail or wherever and say, I want to meet this person, and they get to meet and they get the guy to play the game. And if they die through whatever, the lethal injection or whatever, let's say in 24 hours, you know, on that, does it still count if the demon thing didn't get him? You know what I mean?
Oh, if they die
Before the
before they hit
47 hours is up,
7 hours.
and it's not by in the hands of the demon, it's
Right, right, right.
from something
Oh, I
else.
didn't even think about
I was
that.
thinking about that and I was like, so that's weird. But then again, so I was saying they have to keep like do this pen pal thing with somebody and keep playing back and forth until they get to this connection and they can go visit him
Right,
and then maybe play the game for whatever. That's
right.
the only way I see that actually playing out realistically. But they never even got to that point, so it doesn't matter. But
No, yeah, I didn't.
um and then they found these girls that they first started the game. Was that it? It was those two
Yeah, they were
girls
trying to track down who
where this,
posted because they found it on some like website. I think it was like an occult website or something like that.
yeah, something
And they
like
were
that.
trying to track down who posted it and
Mm-hmm.
so they could try and find the I guess the origin of the game to see how to
Yes,
beat it.
yes. And then they came across these two girl sisters, I believe, and they lived in some kind of farmhouse or
Yeah. It's
backwoods
like a
kind of
farmhouse or trailer
farmhouse,
park or some kind of
something.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they went and they got to talk to them and they were basically saying that they've been playing for I don't know how many years. I forget. Um
Yeah, they've been playing for years.
4 years. So
And they posted it because they were trying to get someone else to play to see if, you know, it could
right,
lead them, but
right.
it hadn't worked. So
So it's just, yeah, it just goes on and on. So obviously, I was like, how they gonna get through? I didn't know like what
yeah.
was gonna happen, how they were gonna
That's
get
why that's why I liked it too, because it kept going and you couldn't really tell what was gonna happen. Like you
through.
would think it's easy for them, oh, let's just pick someone, like maybe somebody they don't like, and they can like try to pass it off that way. But you know,
Yeah, I
they
just
tried to do that at some point too, but that backfired on them too.
yeah.
So it was just like a mess trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out and trying to but so I all that was like interesting. It kept me wanting to see, okay, how are they gonna get through this and what's gonna happen and who are they gonna get to play with them so they can try and transfer this thing to them and so that's why I liked it. That's why I thought it was
And I thought the ending was surprising. I didn't think
yeah,
what happened at the end was gonna happen.
yeah, me either.
So that was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I didn't think it was 100%.
No, but
Great
I thought it was a
show,
decent
but
movie.
it had a good premise
Yeah.
and pretty original from what I
Yeah.
think. And um, yeah, they had good parts, good scenes, and It was interesting.
Yeah,
I would recommend it.
I agree. Me too.
Yeah.
I recommend it. Check it
Hmm.
out if you can.
Yeah.
It was good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode. We'll be back next week for another episode all about games. And make sure you're following us here on Horror Flick Chicks channel right here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Threads. We're the Horror Flick Chicks. And we have a podcast as well, which is also on this YouTube channel and on several audio platforms. So make sure you check us out. And don't forget to come back next week and we'll see you then. Until then, this is Sonia Sonia signing out. Bye.